As we have established here on the channel, I make a lot of things. And at the start of a new year, I find it nice to have a little look back at what I actually did make in the previous year and have a little think about what I liked making, if there's anything I didn't like making, lessons learned, or things I wish I made. So today, as it's the start of a new year. Happy New Year, everybody, by the way. Today, I would like to do just that. Hello, besties, and welcome to another video on my channel. If you are new here, hi, hello, welcome. It's great to see you. I am Shaiyeh, and I am what one could call a multi-crafter. I do loads of different things like knitting, crochet, cross-stitch, sewing, spinning, you name it. And if I don't already have it in my craft repertoire, I will probably pick it up or at least try it at some point. What can I say? I like to collect crafts like the Pokemon. Maybe this is important context for today. As I am an enjoyer of many crafts, I have quite the diverse list of finished projects for the year. So I've been trying to think if I want to go through the entire year chronologically or if I want to go through it by craft. And I think I've decided on going through what I've made by craft, but chronologically within the craft. To me, that makes the most sense. So without further ado, let's have a look at what we made in 2025, shall we? I want to start today off with knitting. Knitting is kind of my main craft, so it's only fair that it gets to go first. After knitting, we'll go through yarn dyeing, spinning, pattern writing, cross-stitch, sewing, leathercraft, and lastly crochet, which is my second kind of main craft. All of these sections will have timestamps, so you can navigate easily if there is something you want to hear again, or find pattern names of, or just skip because it's a craft you don't really care for. Totally fine too. So yeah, just so you know, that's the order of today's video, and you'll be able to skip ahead if there is anything you want to skip to or skip past or skip back to. What you get what I'm saying. Also, links to all patterns I mentioned today will be down in the description of the video, as always. Both my own patterns and patterns by other designers, they're all in the description of the video, so you may have to scroll a little in the description because it's probably going to be pretty long today, but they should all be there. Also, yeah, this list is just going to be things I've finished. I've also started things that I haven't finished in 2025 that will come with me into 2026, but we'll get to that. But yeah, anyway, on we go. Knitting. First of all, knitting. What did I knit in 2025? The first thing I finished in 2025 with my knitting were my Miss Kitty cowl and shawl. No, it's not a shawl, it's a scarf, but yeah, this is a cowl. Yeah, I made this. Here is the scarf. It is a lonk. This is a pattern I released around Valentine's Day in 2025, and it is inspired by a certain Greetings Feline and friends, obviously. I got really into playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure last year. I still enjoy it very much, but at the time the hyperfocus was hyper-focusing, and so I made this, and it is also a pattern on all of my pattern shops if you are interested. I'm still planning an expansion for this pattern with more characters. Just went on to have so many other things I focused on in 2025 as well, so I still haven't finalized those charts, but maybe for Valentine's this year. I'm not making any promises, but maybe for Valentine's this year I'm gonna try to get the expansion out. We shall see. But I made this anyway, and this is the back side of it. It's just got the hearts, and the front has got all of the characters. The cowl I made with scrap yarns, which is why it has kind of a funky weird fade going on here. This pastel-y variegated yarn was one of the very first yarns I dyed myself. That was very many years ago now. This was the last bit of that yarn. This solid pink is Roma, and the black yarn I think is Campus 2-ply. Actually, this might also be a scrap. This is also a scrap of just pure white. Probably also Roma. The pastel sparkly one that I dyed is also some sort of rustic 2-ply. It might also be Campus. It's kind of rustic, and that is not my favourite thing to wear, so I've not really used this one, but it's really cute and I love it. This is a lot softer. This yarn is a lot softer. It's Rusta Ulla, I think, and I dyed the pink yarn myself. My next project I finished was the Burnt Umber cardigan by Knitting Nagabi, and this one is so pretty. Such a cute little cardigan, and I've gotten a lot of wear out of this one so far. I dyed all of the yarn for this one. I do think I dyed it back in 2024 though, so like the yarn dyeing part of this does not count for this video, but but the project I finished in 2025, so this counts. I've been meaning to change out the buttons. These are like paper, what's it called? Scrapbooking style buttons. They are very, very thin and they don't really hold the cardigan together that well. I've bought new buttons for it, I've just not changed them yet, but one day I shall make that little 5-minute fix. I also made a pair of slippers for my father-in-law for his birthday last year, and I only have this photo of David making a cute little pose wearing them because they have completely disintegrated now. Unfortunately, they are gone, but he wore them to bits and I love him for that, and I'm totally planning a new pair of slippers for him for his birthday this year. It's the Slippers for Survivors by Sydney Blackmore, by the way. But next up we have, I just need to figure something out for where to put things. It's gonna be such a mess over here once we're done. But yeah, next up on my finished projects list is the Winter Doodle by Pacific Knit Co. And this one I love so much. It's so cute. All of the yarns except for the red and the white, obviously, were dyed by me in this one. No, actually, this bright solid pink was not dyed by me, but all of the other ones, this pink, the greens, I meant to have this done for Christmas 2024, but that evidently didn't happen. I finished this in January of 2025, but here it is. It's finished. It's really cute, and the doodle sweater was so much fun to make. It's one of those kinds of build your own adventure style things where you have like an actual finished sweater pattern, but there is an empty chart and a bunch of little doodle charts that you can choose and pick and choose from and put into that empty chart, and then you just knit that along with the pattern, so you get like your own doodle sweater. It's great. So I had a lot of fun piecing this chart together and also making it. And I also added beads because, like, how can I not add beads? Look down here, there are beads. This still hasn't been blocked though, by the way, so don't judge me for that, but it needs blocking. Anyway, next we have the Pierre shawl by Stephen West. Speaking of having not been blocked, this has also not been blocked. This was knit out of all hand spun yarns, spun by me. I thought I would get myself through a chunk of my hand spun stash, because I have a bunch of hand spun yarns that I just don't really use. I love spinning and then I don't really know what to do with my yarns because sometimes they turn out kind of funky. Quite a bit of that stash was all purple, and yeah, I thought I would kind of fade all of them in this shawl because it was made for a fade. Yeah, it kind of worked out. I gravitate heavily toward purple and lavender wool for some reason. I don't really wear a lot of lavender, but I love it. It's kind of like, it feels so magical, like a purple braid of fiber just looks really magical to me, and I just want to spin it into wool. No, I mean into yarn. So yeah, I end up with quite a few skeins of purple in my stash, but I put 4 of them in this. It's really soft and cozy. Now we get to the time Labubu entered my life. Around April, I got very into Labubu, and I ended up making a bunch of stuff for them, and I also ended up making 2 crochet Labubus. We'll get to those, but I made 2 Labubu cardigans. So this one I made for, it's got tiny little buttons on it. I made this cardigan. I also made this pink cardigan that my Mococo is wearing. They are both knit using the Labubu V-neck cardigan by Sarah E. Brown, and it's free on Ravelry. This one doesn't close because I just didn't add a snap. I also think it's cute that it's open. We're gonna move on to the biggest thing that happened in 2025 for me. I got married. I got married last summer. Are you sick of hearing about it yet? Sorry, I'm not. So, I made a shawl for it. I made a little, or it's more like a little wrap to wrap around your shoulders. It's very narrow. It's very, not very long, very lacy. It's the Elena wrap. And yeah, I didn't get to wear this at all on my wedding day. We got married in July. That month is notorious here in Sweden where I lived for the weather being either like 12 degrees Celsius and pouring down with rain, or you get 30 degrees, super hot, super sunny, often humid, no wind, just very warm and hot and sticky weather. We ended up with a sticky, warm, hot weather on our wedding day, and that was beautiful, but very not shawl weather. I didn't use this, but I have it. And it makes me think of my wedding day, and that's what matters, right? That's what matters. Around the same time, speaking of things that I have very much hyper-focused on this year, geese. I still love them. I still pick up a goose-themed thing, like Mama Goose, Mother Goose kind of thing for my kitchen every now and then. I was also gifted some goose fabric for Christmas, which I'm very excited about. But yeah, I got very, very, very intensely into Mother Goose motifs for a while this year. Again, I still love it, but I'm not that, you know, intensely focused on it right now. But I ran a knit along together with Stone Knits for their You Silly Goose socks, and I only have a photo of them right here because they are currently in the wash, because I use my socks and they need washing sometimes, and currently they are in the wash. I modded the colour work on mine a little bit. The toe is different from the pattern. I added in the scallops from my piebald sock pattern, which is my first ever released pattern that I released a bunch of years ago. It's free on Ravelry, by the way. The toe is from my piebald sock, but the geese, the rest of the sock is Stone Knits, and I love them. And speaking of socks, I also finished my Broom Rider socks. Yay! It's a pattern I released this October. These I'll also have to go with a photo for, as they are also in the wash. Let me sidetrack slightly for a moment. Speaking of wash, we bought a washing machine this year. That has resulted in me actually using all of my knit socks a lot more, and also like my tops, sweaters, all of that. I'm actually using everything properly now because it's so much easier to wash them now. Even if I have to hand wash some of my knits, I can just chuck them in on spin cycle to make them mostly dry, and then they dry really fast. But the machine also has a really good wool wash program. So nice. The communal laundry room here doesn't have a wool wash program, and hand washing when you can't really spin to get most of the water out, it takes forever to dry. So it's so nice. I'm so happy. It's so much more convenient to do this now because I can just dry it real fast. But thanks to this being a development in our household this year, my socks are currently in the laundry pile. Should have planned that better, but here we go. Here we are. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. Next we have the September sweater by Petite Knit. This was my first ever Petite Knit sweater pattern that I've knit. I've previously knit the Oslo hat. I really enjoy the result with this one. It's so cozy, it's so cute, it's drapey, it's full brioche, so it's very squishy, very soft. I use it a lot actually. I use this one a lot. It's one of my absolute favorite sweaters, and it goes with pretty much everything despite being bright pink. I want to make a couple more in different colors. Kind of want a cream white one, maybe a grey one or something. It's really cute. I love it. Quite quick to knit as well. I have an easy way of telling back from front in this one because I don't know what I did, but accidentally made an increase and then I decreased, so it has a little O on the back. No one's gonna know. All of you know now, but shh. You don't have to tell anyone, right? But it's really cute. I love it. Next, after that, we get into CAL times, because now we're past September. I actually finished that in September, if I remember correctly. In October, it is CAL time. And just like I did in 2024, in 2025, I finished my mystery knit-along CAL shawl within the month of October. So this is another West Knits pattern, Stephen West pattern. This was last year's mystery shawl knit-along that ran in October, and I have a video series of me making this shawl. I love this shawl so much. It's so pretty. This part reminds me of Howl's Moving Castle. It's so good. It's enormous, but so good. I love it so much. For those of you who don't know what CAL is, let me just tell you quickly. It's a mystery knit along that runs for the month of October. You get one part of 4 parts of the pattern each week, and then you knit that part of the pattern before you get the next part, and it's a lot of fun. You don't know what it's going to look like when you're done, and it's really exciting. It's fun. It's something I've done for 5 years now. I really love how this came out. I am very excited to see what the 2026 shawl will look like. When it comes to yarns, I dyed, we'll get to the yarn dyeing part, but I dyed the pink, I dyed the blue, I dyed the dark brown. The beige is not dyed by me, it's an indie yarn, and then there is some white undyed mohair fluff mixed in here and there. So yeah, that's this one. My very last finished knit of 2025 is the Ranunculus by Midori Hirose. I do have a second one on the needles, but it's not finished yet. I also started another couple of things since starting my second Ranunculus. But yeah, this is my Ranunculus T. I made this with fingering weight yarn instead of a heavier weight, so it's a very, very airy, drapey, light and summery. Very, very nice. I love this. I love how this came out. It's less oversized than the Ranunculus typically is because it's more of a tee than a big jumper. But my second one is going to be a bit bigger. This was also a video on the channel. Like I said, I absolutely adore this top and the color is so good. It's also an indie dyed yarn, not by me. I used to be so uninterested in the Ranunculus because the promo photo of the pattern is just, let me put it this way, it didn't spark any interest for me. It doesn't tell me what the top is gonna look like when it's done, really. But then I saw a video of somebody who knit the Ranunculus in a bunch of different yarns, a bunch of different sizes, yarn weights with different drape, also slight modifications, and I was like, oh, it can be cute. Well, sign me up. And so here we are. I am now a fan and I've got a second one on the needles and I totally want to knit more after that. But anyway, that's everything I've knit in 2025. Quite a bit, quite the list of finished knits. I am very happy with the amount of things I've finished. I think it's not too many, it's not too few. I do have a bunch of work in progress pieces still that I started in 2025 that will come with me into 2026. I am planning a kind of whip audit video. It's just so we won't go into detail today on what I'm working on, but I'll rapid fire what I've got on my needles. I've got a Ranunculus number 2, my second Broom Rider's sock pair, second sock, the Wild Horses sweater, and the Acacia cardigan on my needles currently. And I think I have some more things laying around in different bags here and there, but we'll go through that in another video very soon. I will move on now to the next part of this video, which is gonna be yarn. Yarn that I've dyed, yarn that I've spun, yarn. So first off, I also just need to move all of my knitting because I'm swamped with yarn. I don't know where to put stuff. First off, I dyed 300 grams of DK weight yarn in pink. This is the pink that I dyed for the Miss Kitty scarf, and I have 100 grams left. I can actually show it to you in a skein, but we also saw it in the scarf. It's this one. It's very cute. Tonal pink, reddish pink yarn. Very, very nice. Very happy with this. I don't know what this will grow up to be, but something at some point. But yeah, I love the color. I also dyed, like we talked about, the 3 skeins for this shawl. So the blue, the dark brown, and the pink. These yarns were all dyed with greener shades, acid dyes, by the way. It's been my go-to since I really got into yarn dyeing. Very nice to use. I like it a lot. I feel like I didn't dye a lot of yarn this year though. Previous years I've dyed up a lot of yarn for different projects here and there, but this year, as far as I can remember, these are the ones I've actually dyed. I may have forgotten about something, but I don't think I have. I did, however, dye some wool this year. My sister-in-law and I dyed some wool with indigo back in October, I think it was. I have all of these wool locks and this braid of BFL, I think it is. I dyed all of these with indigo, so they are naturally dyed. These were already kind of dark, but they have more dye on them as well. And then we have some icy blue and some more icy blue. I'm still very excited to try and spin these locks. I do need to do a little bit of a fire clean out video before this is a wool road trip, so maybe we can process and spin these in a video soon. But speaking of spinning videos, we are moving to the next section, which is spinning. I did do a few of those spinning videos in 2025. Spinning is one of those things that I absolutely love to do. I kind of go through phases with it. Like, I spin a bunch in a short amount of time and then I don't spin at all for an extended period of time. Kind of like with sewing. I'm like that with sewing as well. But I did manage to spin, I think, 6 skeins of yarn this year. First up is this lovely raspberry tweedy beautiful yarn. This was a braidable on the wool road trip the year before, so in 2024, and I didn't expect all of the neps and color pops in this one, but I think it's gorgeous and it's really, really soft. It's very soft. Like, you know, I can't describe it. It's a special kind of soft, and it's absolutely wonderful. It's got a bunch of silk in it, and it's also merino. I'm very happy with this. Very, very happy with this. I don't know what I'll do with it, but it's very soft and nice. I might actually buy some more of this fiber this year so I can make ooh, imagine the top. Maybe I'll do that actually. Maybe I'll do that. Then we have my minty yarn. This is my pink and mint and sparkly. I don't know if the sparkles will pick up, but there are sparkles in here. I did end up buying more minty themed fluff this year, so I'm at some point gonna make 200 grams more of this yarn so I can actually make something with it. But yeah, this is themed after one of my very favorite My Little Ponies, Minty, and of course it's sparkly, but I don't think it picks up. Oh yeah, it does. Look at the sparkle. Look. It's sparkly. Yeah, I'm very happy with this. Can't wait to make more of this. I also spun this lovely golden merino nylon yarn, and it's also fairly sparkly. Not the same kind of sparkly, but it's also kind of sparkly. I have a matching skein of green. They are the same yarn base or wool base. I think they would be absolutely lovely together for Christmas project for next year. Too bad I only have one skein of each, because imagine like a cardigan or something, but maybe I can actually get more of this fiber as well. But speaking of My Little Ponies though, I also have 2 skeins of this lemon drop themed yarn. Lemon drop is my top favorite My Little Pony, and I made the first one pretty early on in the year, and then I made a second one that's gone off to hide somewhere. I can't find it right now, but I thought they were in the same place, but they weren't, so I'll find it for sure. But I have a second one just like this one, except for the fact that one is spun with like the S twist and the other one is with the Z twist, so they are spun in the opposite direction from each other. It's okay, I guess. But yeah, both of them, just like the minty yarn, are fractal spun. Still wondering what I'm gonna do with this, because it's, again, kind of funky. I'm happy with it. It was fun to make, and yeah, I have 200 grams, so something. It will be something. Then we have this white and pink super duper soft Angora and wool yarn. The white part of it is Angora rabbit fluff, and the pink is sheep's wool. And yeah, this is so soft. I wish you could feel this through the screen. Here, have a squeeze. Have a little squeeze. No clue what I'll make with it. No clue at all. But I love it. I keep thinking I might just buy more yarn so I can make something with it, or buy more of this fluff next time I see it. But I don't know if I can just start spinning sweater quantities of everything. I don't know. The last skein I have, these have been 1, 2, 3, 4. My 6th, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 skeins! 7 skeins of yarn. 6 spinning projects. But this mini skein barely counts, but I still spun this. It's a scrappy mini skein, and honestly kinda ugly, but it's also kinda cute. It's fun. This is all made from scrap yarns that I carded up into little rolags and then spun into yarn again. This is something I want to do this year as well. I saved not all, but a lot of my yarn ends from 2025. The ones I didn't save were mostly acrylic and stuff like that. But yeah, I've saved a lot of my yarn ends from 2025, and I totally want to take them as well and card them up in and make little rolags again and spin a mini skein for 2025. And I want to keep that going for like every year. I think that's going to be a really fun project. I might have to add some, I think I added some basic black wool to this one. I might need to add some basic wool to my 2025 skein as well to beef it up a little. It's something I want to do in a video very, very soon, so keep your eyes open for that. Those were all of my yarn and spinning adventures for 2025. How many times can I say the year 2025 in this video? Don't know. Sick of the numbers. But that's all my yarn that I made. Now, I want to take a little moment to talk about patterns. I released 6.5 patterns, or 7 patterns, honestly. I only say half because Candy Hearts is the same pattern as Miss Kitty, just without the character motifs. But I released both knit and crochet patterns this year, as well as my very first cross stitch pattern. The first pattern I released just after New Year's was the Hexi Wrap pattern. When I made that one, I could have never imagined it would be as popular as it has been. It's been incredible. I am extremely grateful for how that pattern has been doing, and I'm also grateful for the push I got to actually write that pattern. Everyone commenting, please, where's the pattern? I got it done, and thanks to that I now have a certain way that I like to write my and format my patterns, both for knitting and crochet, which is very, very nice. So I have kind of like a method going now for my pattern writing, and I owe that to that pattern, honestly. But yeah, that pattern happened. Then Miss Kitty and Candy Hearts cowl/scarf pattern also happened early in the year. It's a 2-in-1 pattern with instructions on both how to knit the scarf and how to turn that into a infinity scarf or cowl with a faux double knit look, with the back side being just the lattice pattern and the front having the characters if you want them. Candy Arts just has the lattice. Next after that we have the Sakura purse that I made. It's a video on the channel. I use this purse all the time. It's full of stuff. I've got my wallet, I've got some tissues, I've got some wet wipes, I've got some hand cream, I've got gum, I've got stuff in here. So this is like the one I grab when I don't have the energy to carry around a big purse. I just grab that one, and lately I've been grabbing that one a lot, so it's got all of my stuff in it. I use it all the time. I love that little purse. It's so good. And I think my favorite part of it, actually we'll talk about it later, but yeah, that's the next pattern I made. It's up on the channel. After that I made my first ever cross stitch pattern, the Mama Goose. Very excited to have taken a step into the world of cross stitch pattern designing, as well as cross stitch is a craft I absolutely love and picked up for real again this year. I'll talk more about this in the cross stitch section, but there is a pattern. I made a pattern for this. After that pattern we have the Broom Rider socks. Again, I released these in early October. These are a cute pair of socks with a picot edge, an Eye of Partridge heel flap. I am very excited about these, and they also have a matching mitt pattern to go with them that I released years ago. Then we have the grand finale of 2025 patterns, the Elsa blouse, aka the 2025 Christmas sweater that I made here on the channel as a video tutorial and a written pattern. We'll talk more about the Elsa blouse later on when we are in the crochet section, and I'll also show it's big and it's at the bottom of the pile right now. So here are some photos. There is pattern, video, everything. I'm very, very, very excited about this one. I absolutely love how it came out, and it's very cute. So again, these were my patterns that I made this year, and you can again find them all linked down below in the description of the video in case you are interested in finding any of them. I have them up both on Ravelry and Ko-fi. But now let's talk a little bit about cross stitch. That's been my new thing this year. The first one I finished in 2025. I'm gonna have to pop a little photo of it because I cannot get it off the nail on the wall, but it's this little cute Clefairy. It's part of the fairy type cross stitch pattern by Colourfully Sarah. I thrifted the tiny hoop and just knew I needed to make one singular Pokemon, and so I did just that, and Clefairy is my favorite Pokemon, so of course it had to be her. Next, I also of course cross-stitched my Mama Goose pattern. I need to actually move this in the hoop. I should maybe get a slightly smaller hoop around this one and then just move it because it's slightly off center and it's bugging me a lot. I also did the whole thing, so I need to have the energy to redo that, but yeah, I need to find a smaller hoop for this. I made this for the Animal Crossing anniversary video. I like to do an anniversary video with crafts every year, and last year was the 5-year anniversary of Animal Crossing, and I made this for it among other things, and it now lives in my kitchen. I am working on making my kitchen cuter, and the Mama Goose motif is a key element of this cutification project, so this is perfect in there. Again, I'm very, very happy with it. It's based on, if you don't know, if you don't play Animal Crossing, this is based on an in-game item, which is the mum's embroidery with the goose or duck version. So yeah, this item exists in game. Otherwise I probably wouldn't have chosen this color, but it's also on a dark blue, and this is more of dark greyish periwinkle, I guess, but probably would have chosen another colour otherwise. But yeah, it's from Animal Crossing. The next stitched or embroidered project I made was not exactly cross stitch, but I finished up a brick stitched bag that I started ages ago, like many years ago. It's for my medieval outfit and it's finished now. It's in some box somewhere with all of the other medieval stuff and I cannot get to it at the moment. So here it photo of it from the video, but this was also a video on my channel. Most of these things have appeared in at least one video on the channel, just in case you are wondering where you can see me make them. It's during 2025. Any video, pick any video and you'll get one of the projects. But yeah, I kind of want to make a second thinner bag because this one turned out very thick and stiff, but it's very cute. I'm happy with how it came out, and yeah, it's a bag and I brick stitched it. But next up, back to cross stitching, I made this snake. This is a pattern I made, but I have yet to release it. It needs reworking first and I've yet to do that. But I will, I promise. Made this because I had a spot on my wall. I'm working on like a wall with art on it. It's an art wall and it's got mostly spooky dark motifs. And I thrifted this frame and I was like, it's perfect for a snake. So I layouted the stuff that's around this frame so that I could fit this frame in there, and then I needed to make a snake for the frame because I was like, this frame is perfect for a snake. I want a snake on my wall and I want the frame to go in that spot. And then it took me ages to actually get around to it, but I did eventually, and now I have a snake on my wall where I wanted it all along, and I'm very happy about it. The next thing I finished after that is another kind of spooky pattern. It's my pink or pastel Halloween pattern by Colourfully Sarah. Again, I love her patterns so very much. They are so cute and I own a bunch of them now. This is a Halloween one, but I think this will stay up all year round. I may not dress super duper spooky these days, but I'm still firmly in the camp of every day is Halloween. But yeah, I made this. I love it. It's very cute. I made one more cross stitch thing in 2025. My 10k plaque. Oh my goodness, this is such an exciting project to have gotten to make. Never thought I'd get here. Never ever thought I'd get here. But here we are, and the project, in my opinion, came out super cute. And we have a photo of it again because I cannot get it off the wall. This wall is really tricky to get nails in, and once something is up, I really don't want to mess with it because it's really hard to redo. But we have a photo of it, and there was a video about it last week. So you've already seen it, hopefully. Otherwise, go check out the video where I made it. But yeah, it came out super cute. I'm very happy with it. Just like with the Mama Goose, I may get a smaller frame for it. I haven't sewn on any backing on that one yet because I learned from the Mama Goose that if I'm like, this might need a smaller frame, I'm not gonna sew on some backing. Anyway, I made a YouTube plaque because YouTube does not send out a 10k plaque, but I wanted one, so I made one. Super exciting, and I am so grateful. But yeah, those were my embroidery and cross-stitch projects of the year. So now let's move on to sewing. I keep wanting to get better at sewing. Like, a goal I have every year is that I want to start sewing my own clothes more, and honestly in 2025 I took several steps in the right direction. Honorable mention to me upgrading my sewing kit by buying an ironing board finally, and also getting a new iron. I've also finally learned to pre-wash fabric. Look, when I sew mostly project bags, and it's not a big deal when you make those because you don't really wash them. But yeah, for clothes I have learned, and I also learned that I don't have to make everything myself. I am allowed to buy and use patterns. I don't know, coming from a craft I know very well, like the ins and outs of, and how to make my own calculations with shaping and whatnot, aka knitting, I kind of get stuck in the mindset that I have to kind of come up with everything on my own with the sewing, and that's no fun when you're not great at it, at least not with clothes. But I made 2 pieces of clothing this year. The first one, I'll pop in a couple of clips of me actually wearing what I've made as well, because it's not going to be very easy to see, but I made, this is a big green piece of fabric. This is the tie dress. It's got some ties in the sides and quite long, and I love it. It's by Sewing Therapy. I made it. I'm very, very happy with it. It might be one of my favorite pieces of clothing ever. It's so comfy. I need one in every color. Very easy and quick to make too. Actually, I probably spent an entire day on this, but that's quick in my opinion when it comes to sewing clothes, especially when I'm not that used to it. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with it. It has pocketses. I think the next tie dress I make won't have pockets. Not because they were hard to make, but because of how the pockets kind of make it bulky on the hips. But yeah, I love it. I also made a really tiny project. That's a really big project. And then I made a really, really tiny project. It's a teeny tiny puffer bag for Labubu. Strap has a clip, so it clips around a Labu body. It's got a tiny bag charm because the bag charm needs a bag charm. I did not use a pattern for this, I just made it. It's a puffer bag and it's tiny and it's lined because I'm ridiculous. I need to go fetch something. I need to go fetch the most important sewing project. I made a bridal veil for my wedding. This little hair clip thingy is from my mum. Then the rest is bridal tulle and lace. It's a big old circle, or I think it's an oval actually, and then I sewed all of the lace trim to this circle, and it was a really cozy and cute little project to work on, and it turned out really good. I felt really pretty wearing this summer, so I'm very happy with it. That's a sewing project. I also made a pink medieval dress, which is also a video on the channel. It's in here. It's very hard to get out of the bag without having problems putting it back in. I have some footage of me wearing it. Ta-da! I love this dress so much. The fabric is gorgeous, very soft, very nice. It's wool, 100% wool. It's also sewn from a pattern. It's a Herjolfsnes dress pattern. There is also a video, like I said, that goes with the project, and it has links and resources to similar patterns because I can't find that specific pattern that I own, but I'll go ahead and link the video down below in the list as well, so you can find the links that I've got linked in that one. I made all of 0 project bags this year. Usually I make at least one, but not this time. I did, however, make a kitchen roll holder as one of my last projects for the year. While it didn't turn out amazing, it does the job and it adds some cuteness to the kitchen, so I'm happy nonetheless. My last sewing project of 2025 though was another Sewing Therapy pattern, and it is the Hanbok skirt. I really wanted a new skirt for Christmas. I've been wearing the same forest green wrap dress for the past many years, so instead, because I wanted something new to wear, I made a forest green wrap skirt. Why fix it if it ain't broke, right? This is the skirt. You can't really tell what it is. Again, we're gonna have a clip of me wearing it next to me on the screen. I love it. It's so good. I love how the pleats came out. They turn out so good. I spent so long on them, but they came out so good. It's fully adjustable. Like, it's fully open if you open it up. So you wrap it, it's got a little hole there so you can get the strap through. So I was very, very comfy all of Christmas Eve thanks to this skirt. Just like with the dress, I need one of these in every colour. Adjacent to sewing, we have leathercraft. This is something I didn't expect to try this year, but I had the opportunity to work with a leather kit company twice this year, and I got to make 2 purses for myself. So this is my Keddy bag, and this is my maman bag. Both of these have a video each on the channel on the process of making them. It was super fun to make. I love this purse so much. I use this one a lot as well. When I'm not using the cherry blossom one, I'm using this one. Definitely something I would do again with or without a collaboration. And that, my friends, will be the wrap on the sewing part of this video. But besties, last but very much not least, crochet. I'm not forgetting about crochet today, don't worry. I have, of course, made some snails again this past year. Not as many as I made in 2024, but I still made some snails. Also snails and crochet, oh my goodness. I started the year strong with getting a snail, a strawbird tattooed on me, along with some yarn and needles and crochet hook, because I love them that much. Anyway, I made a bluebird and a strawbird. I cannot find my bluebird. I don't remember if I made a teeny tiny bluebird or if I made a big bluebird. I can't find him. I do have my strawbird. I think I made a different strawbird, because I think I did this one in 2020. I don't know, I don't remember, but I've made a strawbird and I made a bluebird early in the year, and we are fast forwarding now to autumn, where I made the 2 baby snails, strawbird and apple, because Zoe released the baby snail patterns in, I think, also October, and I absolutely love them. I mean, look, they are so tiny and so cute, and I love them so much. I love the snails. I miss making snails. We should make a snail video again at some point in 2026. But yeah, I made some snails. But let's jump back to the start of the year and go through this chronologically like we've done with everything else. The next thing I finished after my first 2 snails, I made this blue sparkly 2-tone Hexi Wrap. It's of course done with my own Hexi Wrap pattern, and I think we worked on this one on stream quite a bit. But yeah, I made that. Made a Hexi Wrap. Then I made an Animal Crossing themed tea cozy. This one I'll have to include clips of again, because I gave this to my dad for his birthday last year, and I did start a second one for myself, but I haven't finished it. I think I need to weave in ends on it, and it also doesn't have a pom-pom yet. So here is the original one I made. Like we mentioned in the patterns section, we have the Sakura purse next, and again, I love this so much. It's kind of my main purse. Like I already talked about all of that, but one of my favorite features of it is the clip-on strap. I feel like I'm rapid firing now, so sorry, but next we have Labubus. We are in Labubu era again. We have Shushu and we have Tofu. These are my 2 crow boo-boos that I made when I first got into Labubus. I do have a collection now of actual Labubus that I've amassed over the course of the year, but these 2 are very dear to me. It was one of those, I want one so bad, I have to make one things, you know? So yeah, this was my first crow boo-boo, Shushu, and this is Tofu, and I absolutely adore them. They look kind of goofy. They are a lot bigger than an actual Labubu. I mean, compared to Mococo. I did make 3 more crow boo-boos in 2025, but I don't have them with me. They all live in a new home and they all have the keychain strap, but these 2 don't, because I hadn't bought the hardware. I just needed a Labubu and I made 1 or 2. But yeah, I made 3 more. I made a green, a blue, and a toffee coloured one. They live with some of you guys, so thank you so much for ordering crow boo-boos from me in 2025. Somewhere I have a Santa hat that I made for them as well, but I think it's on my chestnut cocoa in the other room. I made so many things for my Labubus as well. I made this teeny tiny dress with teeny tiny scallops. The scallops are all micro crocheted with a very small hook and sewing thread, and the rest is just regular cotton crochet yarn. So yeah, I made this really tiny dress for my Labubus. Labubus brought me a lot of joy and inspiration in 2025, so I'm very grateful for them existing. Anyway, after the Labukeas that just was, I also finished up a green Hexi Wrap. Again, from my own Hexi Wrap pattern, and I have to go fetch it because I've got it. This is my green Hexi Wrap, and there we go, the ties are down. This is very soft and very cozy. I made it with scallops along where the ribbing typically goes. Honestly, I might redo that with ribbing instead, because this is cute, but I don't reach for it in my wardrobe. I ended up not decreasing enough around the shoulder parts while adding the scallops, so it sits weird on me, and I've had to add this elastic to actually shape it, and that makes it kind of like bunch up and look quite unflattering, so I don't reach for it in my wardrobe. So I might redo that because I want to be able to use it. I think it's really cute. Moving on from the Hexi Wrap, I also made this cute little orange tote bag. It's got yarn in it at the moment. It's just a regular 13 square tote bag, but I made it with sunburst squares, and it's lined with this really adorable pumpkin fabric. So yeah, that's that bag. No specific pattern, but if you want to know how to make a 13 square bag, I have my strawberry picnic bag pattern that will give you instructions on how to put together a 13 square bag. It's free, or pay what you want if you want, but it's free up on Ravelry and Ko-fi, and of course linked below as well, because that's the same method I used for this bag, only I swapped out the strawberry squares for sunburst squares, and those are a regular square, so you can find a guide on that one anywhere. But also on the pumpkin and Halloween theme, I made a doily. This is the Boo doily, and I never made a doily before. before making this one, but this was really fun to make. It's a mercerized cotton thread, like crochet thread, and little ghosties. This was really fun to make. I would totally make more doilies for different seasons. This is a pattern by Marsha Glassner, also free on Ravelry. Very happy with it. Very cute. And now we are getting into the last few projects of the year, but one of the last projects I made were these adorable whale Christmas baubles. This is a pattern by Svenja Rössner, and oh my goodness, they are so cute. Unfortunately, they don't really go with the rest of our Christmas tree decorations, in David's opinion, and I kind of agree. They are super cute, but they don't really go in the tree, so they've just been hanging out on my desk, but maybe I can sneak them in next year. We'll see. But last, and very much not least, we have my latest pattern, the Elsa blouse. Like I mentioned earlier, I love this so much, so much. This took so much work for me to figure out the design and like the texture pattern, the little eyelet pattern. It's totally one of those I want one in every color things. Imagine a light color one, maybe pink or sage or something for spring, because again, this came out on Christmas, but it's not specifically a Christmas pattern in my opinion. I just happened to make it for a Christmas video, you know, but it totally works for other seasons as well. But yeah, I love it so much. I'm so happy with it. It's so cozy, it's drapey, I love it. It's got little front ties. You can tie little bows in the front. It's hexagon based as well, so it's very size inclusive. You can make basically any size. I totally want to make this in a thinner yarn as well. Very excited about it. And it's of course named after my cat Elsa. But yeah, it's one of my favorites so far of all the patterns I've made, I think. I'm very excited about it. I think I might like it slightly more than the Hexi Wrap, honestly. But oh my goodness, besties. Oh my goodness, we made so many things. The mess around me, I cannot describe it. You can imagine, you've seen all the projects we talked about today. It's everywhere on the desk. It's everywhere around me. I've got a chair next to me full of stuff. I'm gonna have a great time tidying this up. Like I mentioned, have several projects coming with me from 2025 into 2026, but this video is already so long. We will have a look at that in an upcoming video very soon instead of talking about it today, because yeah, I kind of want to just clean this mess up and get on with my day now. But it's been a really great year of crafting, and I've stayed around 60 projects just like I did in 2024. So now in 2026, let's see how many we can finish. If it'll be more, less, same, place your bets now. But plans for 2026. I don't like to make New Year's resolutions. I typically don't make them at all. Instead, I like to set goals for myself. I would like to sew more in 2026. This is one goal that keeps repeating year after year, and maybe I didn't sew more in 2025 than I did in 2024, but I made better things in 2025, except for that kitchen roll holder. But in 2026, I want to both sew better and more. Actual clothes, stuff I will wear and use, like the tie dress or the handbook skirt. I would also like to make a couple of project bags this year. I think that would be really fun to make. I have fabric that I bought in Scotland a few years ago that I bought specifically to make bags with, and I need to still get on it, so yeah. But mostly I want to make some clothes for myself. I also want to try some new crafts this year again. We'll see which ones I'll try, but at least one new craft in 2026 I think would be really fun. Needle tatting is high up on my list, and I want to rediscover tablet weaving as well. We'll see what I'll do. I also want to release some cross stitch patterns like the snake, and I have some other ideas, so we'll see. It's a goal, like I said, not a resolution. I'm not going to be mad at myself if I don't do it, but I want to, so I'm gonna try to. Other than that, I mostly just want to keep crafting like I have been so far, and I want to keep sharing about it on here like I have been so far, because this has been really fun. It's been probably my best year on YouTube, and it's been one of my best years of crafting as well, in my opinion. Very excited for this year. But what about you? Tell me about you. I want to hear from you. What was 1, your favorite project of mine this year? 2, what was the favorite thing you made in 2025? And 3, what is something you would really like to make in 2026? Do you have any resolutions or goals? Let me know in a comment down below. And if you don't don't feel like chatting, that is of course completely fine too. Go ahead and leave some fireworks or yarn if you'd rather leave yarn for the New Year's vibes. Also, while you are in the comments, please also take a tiny second to like the video if you liked it, as that helps me out a ton. Thank you. And also, if you are new here, hi, hello and welcome. Thank you so very much for staying all the way to the end of this video. If you are new and you would like to keep seeing what I get up to here on the channel in the future with my videos, please consider clicking the subscribe button and also ring the little bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I do all kinds of fun stuff on here, like knit and crochet challenges. I obviously make a lot of projects. This is also handmade by me. This was a video in 2024, I think. Obviously, I make a lot of projects and I share about it on here. So I do knit and crochet challenges, project vlogs, tutorials sometimes. I am also live for a cozy knit and crochet live stream once a week, mostly once a week. We've been having a bit of a break from regular live streams lately, but we are getting back into the swing of things now that we are past the holidays. December is always a bit of a weird time. But yeah, if any of this sounds like something for you, please feel free to stick around and enjoy the little cozy crafting club we've got going here on the channel. Also, we have a Discord open for subscribers to the channel, and memberships are open on the channel as well if you want to leave some extra support. Again, all patterns that I have been talking about today, both my own and from other pattern creators, are down in the description of the video, and there you can also find links to my shops on Ko-fi and Ravelry, and also my socials if that's something you're interested in. But oh my goodness, I have been talking your ear off for way too long now, so I will go ahead and let you go and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you ever so much for hanging out with me today, for taking some time out of your day to listen to me yap about my projects, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching today. You guys take care now, and I will see you again very, very soon in my next video. Bye!